Hey everyone, I'm Laura Hypnosis, but before I get into this video, I want to go ahead and ask you to hit that subscribe button and click on the bell so that you can be notified every time I post a new video, whether it's on tarot or any other esoteric content I can provide you with. Now today what I wanted to discuss with you was self-validation. Now I feel that's important to discuss this week because, as you know, I'm a tarot reader. So from week to week, as I do multiple readings for other people, a sort of theme emerges for the collective of humanity, that is. So the message that I'm receiving from this theme is about how important it is to understand self-validation. Now, as we kind of dive into what that can pertain to, first you got to understand how we're human beings, first and foremost. We have needs and we have to have connections with other people to meet certain needs. And on a whole, we're using these other people to help become almost a mirror to ourselves. We can only understand ourselves so much on our own because we're limited to our own personal perspectives. So when we get involved in relationships or friendships or any type of bond from other human beings in general, we're trying to bounce off ideas of what is okay or what's not okay to, be loved in return or accepted or a part of the group, a part of, society. So there's a lot that can go into that. Now, again, we're looking for certain validation from other people at that extent. And that's totally normal. That's a human trait, is basically what I'm trying to get at there. But right now, at this juncture in time, especially with things being so crazy and changing constantly, it's important to find ourselves first. That's as in taking time to really do a lot of deep soul searching right now, a lot of internal introspection, looking inward and finding out more about ourselves and what our own personal emotions mean or can indicate to us, and us alone particularly. Because it's so easy, again, we're trying to find validation from others. We're often concerned with, oh, what'll this person think if I do this, or what would my family think if I did that? Our judgments and concerns and our feelings often don't just encompass ourselves alone. They're often entangled with the opinions or judgments of others for a lot of things. And so we have to be mindful if we can take a step back or a moment back from that and really try to feel what feels right for us individually. Because your emotions, your gut feelings, or anything you are perceiving, it's easy to understand what feels good or what doesn't feel good. Your internal guidance system is meant to indicate those things to you so that you know what works for you personally. Now, it doesn't always vibe with other people's opinions, and we have to kind of get to a point of accepting that. And I know that can be a tall order for some people. I mean, so many people almost have this concept, this self-concept that, I have to be so cautious about what am I doing because I don't want to be selfish, or I don't want to be self-consumed or egotistical or have other people perceive me to be that way. So we end up being like our own harshest critic or super judgmental towards ourselves because we're trying to keep ourselves in check to be quote unquote good or acceptable to those around us. So there's a big point with that. Now, if we're able to kind of release those judgments and allow ourselves to just follow what feels good, you know what? More often than not, we're going to be finding something that is perfectly fine to do, that's in our best interests, that doesn't really conflict with other people on a genuine level. We have to give ourselves permission to follow what feels good so that we can end up being the best versions of ourselves, and thus we're being the best version of ourselves for the sake of others in turn. Because if everybody is repressing themselves and holding themselves back from reaching their fullest potential, then we're all going to be kind of like, we're all going to be at a lower level. And that's energetically, vibrationally as well. It pushes ourselves down and holds us back from reaching a higher vibrational level And we want everybody should take it upon themselves to try to raise their vibration, because that's going to help the collective of humanity as well. So you see, even if you're working for yourself or doing things for yourself, if it's making you happy, it's going to help everyone else out in response to that too. Because people as well, whether they're conscious to it or not, are feeling different energies. So if we are energetic beings or sensing different energies around us, it serves to be in a high vibrational energy field in order to help other people, feel that in response and feel good in response. Because whenever you've been around a person who's been particularly negative, you can feel how draining that can be at times. So you want them to feel good so that you yourself in turn can feel good. And that works both ways. So again, it's not necessarily a selfish thing to do what's in your best interest that's going to help raise your vibration. It's going to help everyone out in the long run. So again, with this theme emerging for this week, it's very important to understand how you can look inward and validate your feelings yourself. Now that is a tall order, and I'm no saint, or I'm not perfect when it comes to self-validation either. Human beings are subject to having personal doubts. It's completely normal. And there's nothing wrong with that. But we have to learn how to challenge ourselves so that we can, expand on our own personal limits of what might be holding ourselves back. And that is going to allow us to grow even more, and again, reach higher vibrational levels, and then raise the collective even further. Now, with my personal experience this week, I started a new job being a reader at a local metaphysical shop, and it's been wonderful. It was a huge blessing to get this opportunity, and I've been having really wonderful readings with my clients as well. But I found myself at one point, while I didn't have a client, and I was trying to take pointers and notes from other readers in the shop, and then I found myself comparing my methods or my perceptions of how I do the cards with the other readers, and it came out of nowhere, where I just felt really overwhelmed and emotionally insecure by that idea, because I was comparing myself so much and doubting, am I doing a good job at this? Am I getting my point across the way I want? Is this right? And then I found something where, again, at the end of the day, I was able to help others. I was able, and at the same time get paid, which I can't stress how much of a blessing that is for me. That is I have a family to feed. So to be able to do what I love, and also, my cat's trying to get on this video, and also be able to, get compensated for it. It's I had to remind myself, it's okay, what more of a confirmation do I need that I'm doing something right here? I mean, people are telling me they're getting wonderful they're receiving wonderful messages from me. They are gaining insights. They're using this for themselves to build upon and grow and expand. And in turn, I'm getting compensated. So this is a wonderful moment of me having to recognize that I'm being reciprocated. It's the universe itself is giving me this opportunity. The universe itself is putting me in these situations to meet these people, to do these things, to convey whatever it is I'm capable of conveying. And if I wasn't capable of doing this, I wouldn't have the audience for it. It just simply wouldn't happen. So I had to remind myself how to trust myself, trust that, the universe has my back, and as it does for you as well. The universe is always looking out for us because we are a part of it. We are a part of the universe's best interests as well. So it may be challenging and a struggle at times to really find what seems right, but we honestly have to kind of check ourselves and try to reevaluate and question, why do we perceive certain things to be wrong or right? Because that's different. That's subjective from person to person, truly. So if we can question it in an objective way, truly objective, to see what is simply in the best interest without our emotional judgments getting in the way. And we can find what works for us individually and then collectively. It starts with us learning how to validate ourselves, validate that our emotions have purpose, that our emotions are indicating to us a great deal of information. There is a lot to that, and it's not an easy thing to just do overnight and have done. Like, there, I validated myself. I feel so much better. It's not going to happen like that right away. But you can begin questioning your perceptions and beliefs, like, why do you feel something is wrong? Maybe there's a root to that you weren't quite able to process or understand when you were younger, but now you're at a unique place in your life where you have the insight and maturity to really flip what you think you know on its head. You can truly find things to have new meaning than what they used to before. So I want you to question on deeper levels what you think you know, for one, and see how you can bring about your own personal validations. What signs may you be looking out for from the universe, and not worrying about having your significance validated by other people. If you're feeling marginalized, if you're feeling as if other people think you are less than worthy, that might be your own personal projections that you're putting forward to that opinion, but nonetheless, question all of these things. And then in time, see how much more you can expand and grow on and feel even better from, simply questioning. You're learning, you're growing, and that's what you're meant to be doing. All right, I hope this information was useful to you. I hope this resonates with you in some way, and I hope you needed to hear this, and I hope it helps. Now, if you like this video, please hit the like button. It would help me out a great deal. And if you want to follow me on my social media accounts on Facebook and Instagram, you can look me up. It's Laura Hypnosis. And if you want to leave a comment for me, ask me anything at all, or I would love to talk with you. I'd love to answer some questions. All right, so thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next video.